Western women are too woke for passport bros. Now, this is a very interesting topic because I have no idea what it's gonna tackle, but right here, right now, we are interested in what it will resolve to. Why am I sleeping? I haven't even started the stream yet.
Comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. There is a new
Welcome.
dating trend in the
Let's
world
go.
right now. I guess relationship trend is the better way to say it. And it has made its way into the digital conversation and on.
Wait, I haven't checked if it's good heard. Yeah, it's good heard. Let's continue.
Honestly, it makes a lot of sense. Like when I saw this, I was like, oh my god, like I can't believe this wasn't happening earlier. It surrounds a certain type of man,
Is she talking about the passport bros that didn't make sense? Okay, let's check how it does.
passport bro. So today we're going to talk about that and why these passport bros should wake up Western women everywhere. But before we get into that, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not.
So she's gonna tackle why it's a good thing. I thought this actually would be like more of a oh my god, what is happening? Kind of thing.
Already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or off the clock episode. All right, so here are some definitions of passport bros. This is from Urban Dictionary.
Let's go.
A serious academic publication. Y'all are gonna lose it over this. Passport bros.
Wait, there is an academic explanation? Wait, I never thought this was actually a thing. Passport bros, men who understand that Western women have drunk the Kool-Aid past the point of no return and got their passports to enjoy happiness and peace with fit, friendly Wait. So passport bro, I thought what I thought a passport bro was at the beginning. I believe that a passport bro is basically a boyfriend who American or let's say Western women get in order to have another passport. But no, it's actually the Western guys tackling this, trying to get all these passports. If I understood it right.
And you understand that Western women have drunk the Kool-Aid past the point of no return and got their passports to enjoy happiness and peace with fit, friendly foreign women. Here's another one. Passport bros are a new phenomenon of Western men who are deciding to go to Asia and elsewhere to find traditional and feminine women to wife up because they are either annoyed at the insanely high standards that modern Western women hold, or they don't share the extreme woke values, or because Western women can be hypocrites who want a provider man, but they won't clean or cook. What?
Oh my god! This is actually a thing! This is actually a thing in the United States. I just want to check if it's actual for real. Let's say meaning. Yeah, meaning. There's the Urban Dictionary. I believe it sounds like something smart. Yeah, you know. Oh yeah, this is actually where she got her her explanation. Oh my god, that understand the insanity of all this if that thing is for real. Men are basically saying we can't find women here. We gotta go somewhere else. This is insane. And then we're asking why there are so much more gay LGBTQ pairs, etc. Not because that's not the problem that they're getting more open. It's just that the guy is escape the country and go find themselves a woman somewhere else. They don't take part in those stats. I thought that I'm going to be yelling how cringy this video is, but I actually genuinely think it's funny because this basically this is a very hard shot towards Western women, and this sounds insane, but it sounds insane only because everything that happened in the past is insane, which doesn't make it that insane anymore. And which makes people like Brad Cooper, for example, actually supporting this idea.
Western.
Because as I say it sometimes, Two can play this game. The game of insanity.
American women. What the f is going on? How did we allow this to happen? The men are literally fleeing. They are running away from us.
Yeah, this is actually how I imagine it. This guy just saying, nah, screw it. Everything's terrible. I'm just running away. Bye bye. My God.
By 2030, 50% of American women are going to be single, and we are letting men run away to Asia.
So like imagine 50% are gonna get single, and someone of that 50, let's even say 5. Okay, 5 maybe is too big of a hit, but okay, let's say even no, let's actually keep it 5. So like every 10th man is gonna run away. This is insane. Nah, this is. Don't go to Asia. Come to Ukraine. Come to Eastern like Europe. Why would you run away to like Asia? That's too far. Like too different.
You guys, it should wake us all up. This is shocking. Like, these are the consequences of feminism. Point blank, not only do we have to leave the house and work, which is the fault of the early feminists, and that's a joke because I do actually like working, but still, the point, you get it. But not only do we have to do that, but men are literally running away from Western women. It's like a reverse green card marriage. Here's a good little hype reel for passport bros to get you into it. They actually
okay, let's go.
This is
Again,
it makes
funny.
So much sense.
I only want you for the money in the cup.
The pass bro movement is passport bro move. Pov, this generation of women. Wait, I need to like get it like 10 seconds.
I only want you for the money in the cup and for the bills. That's it. If you ain't getting my hair done, if you ain't getting my nails done, if you ain't doing nothing for me, then I don't need you here.
I really do believe that modern feminism encourages male absence. It encourages it because it's become toxic. All of their examples.
Yeah, this is like the thing is that is why a lot of people nowadays hate, and like a lot of conservatives, they hate feminism, not because of the ideas it was brought up to, but that it just the movement just took too far. Like, I'm sorry for all feminism supporters. I'm gonna say this right here to your face, even if I believe that you are not watching this video, but maybe, I don't know, you get to meet me in the internet someday, so that just don't you get confused. But unfortunately, this had happened. This had happened. Feminism got way too far. And 2023 is facing its consequences.
The idea of what it means to be a man now is toxic. They think, oh, this is a man. Masculinity is wrong. There's something inherently wrong with being a masculine man. This version of feminism today.
Yeah, you see, that's very wrong. That is so wrong. Okay, let's just laugh at the passport bros.
We have women that are basically promoting men should act like women, right? And women should act like men. There's all this.
So yeah, the movement that started with equality, and that showed that there's nothing afraid if you sometimes, kind of like get outside traditional standards, and like get extra emotional once or two, like sometime 1-2 times, that you, I don't know, like, or as the opposite to women, like get like, okay, we're talking about men right now, so like you get like extra emotional 1 or 2 times, you probably admit that you're scared 1-2 times, so something that kind of said, okay, let's like move these lines, like move these boundaries, let's just like allow some exceptions. It turned out to like move the line further, move the line further, and move the line further. And this is what like always happens with all these movements. That's why a lot of people criticize them from the very beginning. Like not criticize them from the very beginning. They just say that, okay, we like there are certain lines you should not cross. And not even exceptional, not because crossing these lines sometimes may hurt, but because crossing these lines will affect you to cross them more and more. It's like an addiction. It's like drugs. Most of people don't try drugs because it's bad it's gonna make them hurt if they do it one time. No, but after you try it one time, you would probably want to try it another time, and then another, and then for the fourth time, until it's too far, until it's out of control. So think of modern feminism, if you want so, as a drug.
Fusion. You can pick your gender, you can do what you want, and ultimately what I think it's doing is feeding into this idea of a breakdown of the family.
All of that was spot on.
Yeah, like Brett is gonna mostly agree with me on this video, but like, yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. Tough me. I know I know something.
Every single one of those clips. Again, I can tell you guys, it makes sense. Like the moment I saw the definition, I was like, oh my god, yes! Like obviously, they're running away.
And like you hear this, like this sounds insane. Like honestly, this sounds insane for me to hear. She's saying that this is right, but she's saying it's right not because if it's in general right, but because all the insanity from before drove to insanity like this. And this is one of the things, like, you can't often fight insanity without getting insane on your own. It's like, breaking some boundaries. For instance, I don't know, like a police officer. Yeah, so no matter how the guys go, like the criminal's gonna attack him with a gun, despite him being like under the law and him saying no, I won't break it. In order for him to defeat him, he probably should break it and also, I don't know, shoot the guy. Yeah, like despite murder being a bad thing. And this is exactly what is happening. It's not right. This is not right. Understand, passport bros, this is not right. And I still believe that America and Western society, they have women. They have women like who I'm not saying are against feminism, but women who bring up women values, if we can say so. And they are still there. You're just gonna have to look for them. But this this is this is insane. But unfortunately, some of us will agree that it's got completely fine. Yeah, I think I probably said that Brat is gonna agree with me most, and she's saying it's like let's just listen to how she says it's fine and then move over.
American feminist women, I don't even just want to say American, but just like Western feminist women, they have these impossibly high specific standards. Like, I want you to treat me this way. I want you to buy everything for me and do everything for me, but you can't be toxically masculine. You can't look like this. You got to be like this. I want you to be Harry Styles, but I want you to fund my entire life. But I hate you. I hate men. I hate the patriarchy. I don't want to take care of you. I don't want to have your kids. I hate you. Like, no one.
Bravo. Yeah, you see, that's why. So you get smashed. It's like you get smashed on the face once, you get smashed on the face twice, and you just lie down, you say, well, okay, it will pass, and you pull it off, and you still accept it, and you accept it until one day you get enough and you just punch it in the air, in the answer. And then they get confused. Why is it happening? You can't punch me in the face. Well, yeah, I'm being too fed up with that. Now I want you to get away from me.
Wonder men are confused. No wonder they're throwing in the towel. I'm done. Women caused this. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You cannot scream at men and say that they are the worst thing that ever happened to the entire world while still wanting a relationship with one of them. And you're not going to get it when you try.
Yeah, this is the worst thing. I hate men, but I want a relationship. This is what got me confused. And oftentimes it's not even the feminists who do it. But still, it's sometimes super funny to watch because you just don't get that logic. You just don't get it.
Treat them that way. That's why they are all leaving. Now, here's the first TikTok that I saw about this passport bro thing. This is a conversation some people were having.
When you pay attention to the passport
Oh, yeah.
bros, they're getting women from the DR, Colombia,
Yes.
The Philippines, Thailand. Women can
There are some also countries you see, that's not specifically Asia. You don't need to go that far, but you just need to know where.
can speak very little English. Women that don't have education.
They are raised to be wives. They learn.
Yes. And you know what's the best thing about it? You know why people love so much? You know why people watch romantic movies so often? You know why because it gives them hope that love has no boundaries. You can be stupid, you can be, I don't know, fat, you can be ugly, you can be hideous, you can be shy, you can be anything, but you can still find your love, find your soulmate, and nothing else can do it. If you are fat, and if you're like too fat, no matter how much you believe in it, you're never going to make, I don't know, let's say, well, it's gonna be hard for you. No, like, well, bad example. Like, let's say, well, okay, let's say if you're short, no matter like how much you train, how much you like do something, you're not going to like very much succeed in playing volleyball, for instance, because you have to jump over the net and stuff like this. I don't know, for instance, even, okay, like, we don't like tragedies, but like, for instance, unfortunately, even in the world right now, that like, I again encourage you to support Ukrainians and help them, because and what the army does, I can't, like, I'm under protection and everything's fine, and only thanks to them, so I need to give this moment to thank them. And for instance, unfortunately, people there, like, they lose, for instance, they get alive, but they lose, I don't know, a leg or a hand, for instance, and they can't, for instance, compete in the professional sports anymore. And that's sad. That's like sad, but it's the truth. But even then, they can still find love. And unfortunately, modern feminism has transformed it, that they value all this, that, okay, like, why are they not paying attention to my education, why are they not paying attention to, I don't know, my salary, because they don't care. They want love. You see what I'm talking about? They want a wife. They don't want. It's good if you're a Harvard graduated student. It's good if you are earning 500 grand a year. It's very good and it's great. But if you're not a good prospective wife, sorry. And like, if he doesn't fall in love with you, it's not because people don't fall in love in your salary. They don't fall in love in your salary. They don't fall in love in your education. They fall in love into the person. And this is why love is so special, because anyone who is a person can fall in love and get fallen into love. This is exactly what this, I believe, TikTok is trying to tell.
Learn everything from birth, from their father, from their mother, how to be a wife and how to support your men.
Women that need them.
It's not even women that need them. It's women that treat them with respect.
So we don't.
Y'all know y'all don't.
Yeah, and unfortunately, some of them, they just don't. Oh yeah, oh my god, I didn't turn it on. Wait. Oh my god, I'm still getting used to transferring from face to YouTube reaction.
From their father, from their mother, how to be a wife and how to support your men.
Women that need them.
It's not even women that need them. It's women that treat them with respect.
So we don't.
Y'all know y'all don't.
It's so good. It is so good. I mean, that's a perfect example. Like the Western women, they're pissed about it. They're bitter. They're projecting. And they're also appallingly ignorant and actually.
Still, I believe that when Brad is talking about Western people, women, she still has to say some. I mean, come on, exceptions do exist, and they are not like a minority. It's not the biggest movement, even if it's a majority. Even if it's a majority, let's imagine nowadays, it still isn't that big of a majority. I believe it's like max of 60%, and that's if it's a majority.
Racist, like that is like the definition of racist. Oh, they don't really speak English. They're not, educated. You are so high up on your horse that you really.
Yeah. Also, like, this is super racist. I mean, so if he says that he's looking for a woman in Colombia or Philippines, he's a racist, right? Like, yeah, the good spotting, because I didn't spot it at the beginning, but technically, like, yeah, that's racism. Only because of a person comes from one country, they already have these stereotypes, like they are dumb, and It's just that these women later on they say how they are against racism, Black Lives Matter, stuff like this, when in reality they just spit it off. They just spit off their like perfectness, their how they are the good ones and everyone else are bad. And yet that's not the equality, and that's not even equal rights that old time feminists, the feminists that created this movement, the real feminists, did fight for.
Women are the shit. And they are the only ones who can read and speak English. Like, calm down. America's literacy rate is in the actual trash, not as...
You know, I forgot how I can't say this joke in English because I just don't know it. But you know, there's like this joke about how's a person called, like a person who speaks three languages is called one way. A person who speaks two languages is called the another way, and the person who speaks one language is called American. So like, it is a joke, but sometimes it's so true that you should really think about it twice. And again, it's not racism because like I'm not saying it's right. I believe that a lot of Americans speak two or more languages, but you know, there are like people who can agree with me. Or like, okay, I'll just shut up on this topic.
Great as you think you are, and everything that those men were saying was absolutely true. Women in these other countries are raised to be more traditional, and in America, we're, you know, in the middle of a dumpster fire. No wonder they're going elsewhere. Uneducated, a lot of these countries that they mentioned have a more strict school system than the US.
Strict school system doesn't necessarily mean better educated, and I can tell you it by some experience from my own life. Like it's tough to understand when you're a kid getting raised, like how sometimes some other countries can have more democracy and it results into better success. But you know, there like this is not quite the best comment. It's true in some ways, but not the best comment.
Most places would these days. Somebody else said there are universities outside of the United States. I'm wondering if these women hold a degree. Probably.
Yeah, but still a lot of people want to go to the United States. We know there are, but you know how many people have a dream to go to the United States.
Probably not. And if they do, it's in like feminist modern dance studies. It's just arrogant and insulting. But anyway, moving on. Here is a self-professed passport bro in action. This isn't him on a date. This is just like a day in the life of what he's doing as he's being a
I can't believe I watched 5 minutes and the reaction is already 20 plus. We're getting like an hour reaction of a 15-minute video. How do I do this?
passport bro out in the world.
A day in the life of a passport bro in the Philippines. First, we knock out some work at a remote jobs. We make US dollars overseas, which basically quadruples our money in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's also true. Like if you earn dollars in outside US, you're such a rich man. This is like why there's a lot of billionaires. Like if you're earning dollars in, for instance, let's not even take Philippines, Eastern Europe, you're a goddamn good millionaire and you can live a perfect life. Even like, you know, these remote jobs, they can bring you a lot of cash.
Ride our scooters over to a remote beach to grab some lunch. The food is delicious and the prices are wild. We partied with some more travelers, made some more friends, and then we wake up in the morning bright and early and start it all again.
And bright and early when they're already working their remote jobs, they're already drinking. I mean, aside from the women and the relationship stuff, the food that this guy is eating, his lifestyle, it all looks great. Man is living the dream of many American men, I'm sure. But then here he is on a date. I think this woman is Thai.
Okay, so we did meet in Thailand and ended up going to a music festival together. How many inches are those? How many inches is that? I know.
Can I rate the woman on Twitch? Or will I get banned for it? Because, you know, it's not necessarily to say what you like or not. But okay, no, I'm not gonna risk it.
TikTok goes crazy about ladyboys, but no, she's not a ladyboy. We matched on Tinder, but it is Thailand. You got to be careful. I actually asked her that question.
Oh yeah, stereotypical jokes about Thailand, right? Yeah.
The first time we hung out. Are you sure you're not a ladyboy?
Which seems very abrasive in the moment, just asking.
Yeah, but you see, like Thai women, she didn't get offended. She didn't say "screw you." Like, Oh, you just assumed my gender? Like, no, she understood where it's coming from, accepted it, laughed at it, and moved on. This is what men want, and this is like what how you should like, treat life. Because people are going to make stereotypes about you. People are going to make jokes about you. Like, you don't need to look for insults somewhere, everywhere. You just sometimes need to let it go. Just move on. I mean, you know, and this is mostly like, this is how often you say, I remember I was in Estonia once and I met this great Dutch guy. Maybe I'll try to invite him to one of the streams. And he told me like one good thing that I remember is that you need to like be so good friends and to really understand the matter of your talk, what you're talking, in order to make people understand that this is a joke. I think I kind of messed up a little how I just said it. So what basically it says that the if you're like this is where you get real friendships mostly, because in real friendships you joke about some stuffs you just cannot say in public. Like, you cannot even think about saying that.
She's a ladyboy, but apparently they'd already been discussing that. And for further context, apparently people have not believed that this man's life is real, and they think that he's just hooking up with a bunch of ladyboys, and a ladyboy is like a common slang in Southeast Asia for a transgender woman prostitute. So he's saying, no, I am not going out with ladyboys. And it's also just offensive that they are claiming that these objectively beautiful women that he's going out with are transgender prostitutes, which is absurd. Again, just people being
Yeah, you see, even Brad thinks that's abusive. I didn't think it was abusive. I think it's fine if you think if you just sit down and think about it. Because stereotypes, they don't. One thing that you should know is that stereotypes and rumors, they don't just come from nowhere. There had to be a base from them to grow from somewhere.
dicks. But like what we just saw, men like this get a ton of hate for being these passport bros, and this guy in particular has done a ton of responses, and I, in particular, really liked this one, so I want to show you.
People who are trying to shame the passport bros are going to lose, and here's why. They need a moral high ground to shame you from, right? So they frame it as in like, we are actually protecting these poor, uneducated women. Meanwhile, we all know they don't give a flying. I want to say we're exploiting them when there's more exploitation going on to make the iPhones their messaging from than us taking a girl on a nice date in another country. What's great is women are actually starting to clap back from these countries, which is amazing, because basically their argument infantizes them and calls them all too poor or uneducated to make decisions themselves as grown women. Now, is it our responsibility as passport bros to change the socioeconomic status of the countries we visit? Of course not. I've got so much hate when I started my channel. People tried to cancel me. People were making outrageous claims, and I saw right through it and kept doing what I was doing. And I'm glad you all stuck with me. And if you haters are still here, thank you for all the hate. You're just boosting my comment section. I appreciate you all. I'm not stopping anytime soon.
Like, that guy seems very nice and very level-headed, and everything he said was just like straight facts. Somebody said, hating for the fact that these bros are going out of their way to treat another girl that's not them nice, spoiled, and on an old-fashioned date. Somebody else said, passport bros will never be shamed to stop exploring their option. Let's all fly out. Another person said, I keep my passport ready. Like, these comment sections are filled with men that are like, oh, I want to do this. I want to get out of here. I can't stand the American women. And like he said, women are speaking out about this. And he's also platformed women responding to this hate, like women that he's gone out with. This is one really good.
This is even more insane than the movement from the beginning. Because this is not, this is not insanity as insanity. This is like thinkful insanity. I don't know how to say it in English, but I'm sorry, I'm streaming not in my native language. I hope you got the point. I really hope.
Good one. The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education.
A lot of these women talking shit on the passport bros have never left the country. It's obvious because the Philippines is one of the countries with the highest levels of English speaking people that I've ever been to.
True.
This doesn't go to every American woman out there. This is just for those who keep talking shit about us, okay? And if you're insecure about this, if you're threatened in some kind of way, I suggest you work on yourselves instead of talking shit about other people.
So good.
Who doesn't even care about you guys, who doesn't even know you exist. And y'all kind of seem hard to please and naggy, and insecure and
Why is she so happy? I don't know, like this one, like I don't know, like I'm probably gonna get banned from everywhere because I only criticize most of you, but like she got so like this was expecting. This was expected that she's gonna be talking like this. Like I don't know, like I smile because she smiles, but what she's smiling at?
I think that is why men leaves you.
It's
Like look.
over. We are screwed.
It's so good.
Yeah, like look at her joy. I don't know, like it's like she just discovered the Neverest. No offense, Brad. I really like your channel, but like I just don't get like this reaction. I don't know. Maybe I'm not an American woman, that's why. But maybe I'm not in your shoes, so I can't get it. But like, don't you think that's too? You can't say exaggerating, but it just like looks too exaggerated.
It's also so embarrassing. Like, come on, that's how they look at American women. That we are needy and insecure and hard to please, and that we're just angry that other women treat men better than us. I'm including me in this because I am an American woman, even though I think that I am.
I take away all the things I said about you, Brad. You admitted that you're an American woman, and I respect that. Everything that I said before that might have kind of screwed my thought, I take it back. Good choice, Brad. Sorry that I talked like bad stuff. Like not bad stuff, but like question that you don't understand it. My bad.
I think that I'm better. But still, it's just embarrassing that this is the like global perception of Western women thanks to feminism. Like, she literally left no crumbs. We all need to be more like Filipinas, apparently. The passport bro conversation even made its way to the whatever pod, and this girl sort of had a different take, but it was also really good for another reason, and just started a whole other thing in my head, so let's just watch this.
They want to go be a passport bro.
Oh yeah, that's another. I thought she was talking that random Philippine girl, no offense, but like she's not a YouTuber, she's not anything, and then she got to the whatever podcast, which is like in the US. Which I never actually watched it full. I want to try to sit down and watch it full, but it's like for hours. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm going to start a podcast show one day, but like how people really watch 3 to 4 hours of podcasts. This is like insane. And where do people like also get time for it? Like I just don't understand. That's why you see my reactions. I react to a 14-minute video for like 40 minutes already, and I'm not even done yet. So yeah, imagine me watching a 4-hour podcast. Maybe unless I one day decide that I'm making a 24-hour stream, but this should be when I'm like at least getting bigger numbers.
I'm like, bro, you're fat, you're broke, you don't deserve a traditional wife. You need to level up.
Are you against passport bros or?
I understand the fundamentals of it for those who have done everything in life to make sure they are a man. But if you're not a man, I don't think you deserve that, honestly. If some other guy who's living here who's never had an idea of what a male figure is in his life, he's going based off of whatever little content he picks from the internet. He's saying, well, I want a traditional wife. But therefore, he doesn't even have like a credit score. He doesn't even have like his life in check. He's still driving the hoopty from high school. But you want a traditional girl. Like, what happens when you bring that girl over here? You're going to basically make her a Western woman.
The music from the whatever podcast.
And she's going to realize, like, this guy really doesn't have his shit together. Now she's going to cheat on you.
I mean, did she lie? Like, absolutely not. This also goes for the American, Western men that are just staying here and not becoming passport bros, because you can want a traditional woman and somebody who's going to stay home and, raise your kids and respect you and follow you. But first, you have to be deserving of that trust and respect.
True.
And I think that there is kind of a gap there with some men where it's like, I want this, but then again, your life is not together, so why would any woman want to, like, follow your lead and, like, step into line with you?
I tend to get smelly when I'm bumping iron. Check it out.
Well, you're smelly.
I remember being younger, in my earlier teen years, and it always rubbed me the wrong way when Christians would talk about submitting to their husbands, and I always hated that. And that was kind of when I was a little more of like I kind of liked feminism, but I didn't really understand much of third wave feminism.
No, but like I get it. Again, it's what I said. There are some points where some religions. I'm not going to talk like about specifics ones because I'm not a huge expert. But sometimes religions do kind of cross the line, even if with like women. But in response, you get even a bigger cross from like other women. Like women said, okay, now it's our time to cross it over. So like that's why a lot of so it's okay to be, again, as I say, it's good to be a feminist, because a feminist is a person who is fighting for equal rights towards men and women. And I believe this should be the thing. Men and women should have equal rights. They should have equal, not even equal rights, like how does it go? Equal chances. Oh my god, I forgot this word. Wait, let me think. If I'm gonna think about it, equal opportunities, right? So there, most of men and women, they should have like equal opportunities. There should be no gender discrimination. I'm against gender discrimination. Believe me, and this is actually what feminism was created for. Unfortunately, it brought us to here. It's brought us to the fact that we're actually supporting passport bros. Yeah, I wanted to put the
It did always kind of rub me the wrong way. And then I realized that I was just surrounded by, number one, immature teenage boys, but also I had seen a lot of like deadbeat male figures in my life and, men who were not worthy of submitting to and trusting. And realizing that there were men out there totally changed my perspective on all of this. Somebody commented and said, a woman can only step back into a traditional role if the man can be a provider, a traditional...
In order for one person to step in a traditional role, the other also has to. And if it's a man and a woman, and if it's a woman, then a man also should. If a man stands, then also a woman should. One can't function one way and the other way. Otherwise, relationship doesn't work. Crack, divorce, 50-50 split, depression, and rich psychologists. Let's go.
Husband. If not, she has no choice but to step up. So the lesson is, passport bros, get it together as well. If you're going to go to another country expecting to find a woman who is traditional and is so put together and is so feminine and is so perfect, you have to also play the role that she is expecting and that she deserves. Because according to the comments, the ladies over there are not impressed yet. Somebody said, facts, passport bros are birds. They're just late.
And I mean, especially, come on, there's no... You can't convince me that a person would rather go out with a foreigner in her own country than with a person who, like a native person from that country. You gotta prove why you're a better person to go out with. So, yeah, Brett, you did the right conclusions. I whatever I said before, really, I jumped. I didn't wait till the end to make my conclusions, and I'm sorry. I agree, my mistake.
Easy and don't want to improve in the U.S. And somebody else commented and said, as somebody who grew up in immigrant communities in the U.S., passport bros are always cheated on and never taken seriously. And then the poster of that video said, exactly. And then I have one last video for you, and it's kind of a joke, but it also drives the point
I love
home,
jokes.
and the caption of the comments were just great, so we're just going to watch it.
I always joke.
She seems very docile, very traditional. You guys get the point, but somebody commented and said, even when flying, passport bros can't escape. Another person said, well, if this doesn't sell the passport bros concept, nothing
Okay, I
will.
just didn't
Another
quite
one,
get the
see,
TikTok.
when
I
he's
should have
trying to
watched it
fly away.
alone.
Another
Without
one,
her.
what man wouldn't love to be married to her? Guaranteed a peaceful, stress-free life. So the message here for everybody. Number one, for Western women, get it together, or we're going to send all the men running to the hills. And men, if you are going to be a passport bro, which I understand, I know where you're coming from, it makes total sense, but if you're going to be a passport bro and you're going to go after all of these high-value traditional women, step it up, because they deserve the same respect that you want, the same respect that you don't think you're getting here in the U.S. So make sure you level up.
My conclusion, easier conclusion, and I think Brad is over already.
Okay, that was fun.
Yeah, Brad is over. So, conclusion of this video. People, what we started this video from? We started this with saying there's one insane thing that forced another insane thing to begin. No, wait, that sounded terribly. So, one insane thing created another insane thing. And the point of this video and the point of my reaction for those who watched it and probably tried to take some lessons from it. Stop being insane no matter who you are. Because this is not right. It's not right to do something that's not right or not right. So, people, be right. Don't do stupid stuff. Don't jump into all this insanity. I think it's a simple point to get it. So this was our reaction to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like, drop a subscribe if you liked it, drop a dislike if you didn't like it, but explain why. We're going to react to another videos, but for you, my YouTube viewers, I'm gonna see you in our next reaction, which will probably drop in a couple of days. Now I'm moving to the next one on the Twitch stream, and to all of you YouTube watchers, YouTube viewers, see you soon.